Man United beat Everton, fourth place in the table. And yes, they needed a moment of brilliance. Cunha throwing that ball deep, getting it to Mbomo, and then Sesko just running full speed, getting that goal. But is it time that we say that it's Michael Carrick's job for the taking? Because there seems to be a lot of questions about, should Carrick be the Man United manager going forward? Should it be Luis Enrique? Look, before we get into that, Man United, they didn't play that well against Everton. They definitely still do struggle breaking down teams that sit back. And yes, this match probably should have ended in a draw, but Man United got a lot of great players on that team. The summer signings came through, and Carrick continues to get the best out of this team. You know, we saw them play under Amorim against Everton at Old Trafford against 10 men for a long time. And Man United still lost that match. And then now you got Carrick, who's hasn't lost a match, being the Man United manager. This team is winning matches. Now they're fourth place in the Premier League, looking a lot better in form than Chelsea, who have dropped points against smaller teams. And then you got Liverpool, on the other hand, who needed a last-second winner against Nottingham Forest. But overall, though, if you're a Man United fan, you got to take the win, right? Because we've seen United struggle against these kind of teams. And then you got Carrick, who has gotten this team playing a lot better football. Just, you know, we talk about this Man United DNA, and it's hard to describe exactly what that actually means, but it's Man United winning, playing on that front foot, playing exciting football, and being able to get the results. But should Michael Carrick be strongly considered for the manager? I think so. I don't see how you can. It's Michael, and I know what everyone's saying. Oh, look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right? He had a good run, right? He won a lot of matches, and then the moment that he finally got the job, it was too big for him, right? That's what everyone's saying. But I think that's a lazy excuse. Carrick is one of the best players to play for Man United. Played on that great team with Ronaldo, Rooney, played with Giggs, Neville. He certainly understands what it takes to be a Man United player, understands the DNA of the club. And look, if there's one manager that you could say that you'd consider giving the job over Michael Carrick, it's got to be Luis Enrique, right? Enrique has won the Champions League. He's coached Barcelona. He's proven himself to be one of the best managers in the world. That's really it right now at the moment, because everybody else is going to come with a lot of question marks about if they could handle the Premier League, if they could handle the job, the pressure that comes being a Man United manager. And so far, it only looks like this is Carrick's job to lose, because he's already coaching he's playing the Premier League. He understands what it takes to win, and only a manager of the pedigree of Luis Enrique would be able to kind of sway you away from giving it to Carrick. But this is still a Man United team that Carrick has only been in charge of for a couple of weeks. He hasn't had a full off season, hasn't had a real transfer window. He's been working pretty much with Amorim's team, and we saw how bad Man United looked under Amorim. It was just not exciting football, not inspiring, giving up a lot of goals, losing matches, and all we kept on hearing was just trust the process, the system, and then all it took was Amorim to get sacked, bring in a new manager, and then it's common sense football, right? It's play the players in their best positions, keep it simple, find a good balance. And now we're seeing Man United getting the best out of Benjamin Sesko. We saw that, I think Sesko under Amorim only had like 2 goals in 19 matches. And then under Carrick, it's 6 goals in 7 matches. And we're talking about a player that was brought on to be the centerpiece of the front line. And Amorim wasn't able to get the best out of him. And then here comes Carrick, bringing him on, putting him in as a super sub, and then now he's scoring goals. He's winning matches for Man United, and it was just a complete opposite of what we saw with Amorim playing Bruno Fernandes as a deep line midfielder, banishing him out to Siberia, and then now this Man United team just continues to prove everyone wrong. And if you're looking at the other clubs in terms of the top four, right now it's Man United's. Man United are in a strong position. They're favorites to win to finish the top four because Chelsea continue to be inconsistent. Just week to week, you don't know what you're going to get. Villa, at some point, I expect that the wheels are going to fall off and they're just not going to be able to keep up. You got Liverpool, who look like a good team, look like they finally got it, but then there's a lot of question marks around Salah. At this point, it just doesn't seem like Salah is going to capture that form that he had last season. That certainly does make it a lot harder for Liverpool to compete, but they still got a lot of good pieces. Still got Ekitike. They still got Florian Wirtz, who continues to improve and get better at the Premier League. But Man United have to give the job to Michael Carrick at this point. I think he's done more than enough, has guided this team playing winning football, and overall, everyone has been excited watching Man United finally get back to winning ways. But they do have a couple of tough matches coming up. They got to play Crystal Palace, which, look, we know Crystal Palace, they lost Mark Gahey, they lost Eze at the beginning of the season, but it's still a good team. That's definitely going to be a hard match. And then the bigger test is going to be going to St. James Park and playing Newcastle. We know that Newcastle will be up for that match. We know how hard it is to play at St. James Park, but I think Michael Carrick has proven to be the right man for the job. And yes, there's a couple of games left and a lot can happen between now and then, definitely. But one thing you can't deny is that this team is playing a lot better than it was under Amram. And a lot of people thought that Man United were going to continue to go down, and it's been up since Carrick has taken over. But what did you guys think of Man United's performance against Everton? Did you think that Man United deserved to win that match? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.